Alright, boys. So we have reached the promised land. In case you guys missed the Tokyo Masters event, they just updated, or they're going to be updating Tekken 7. And we're finally going to get frame data in the game. And we're going to get a whole bunch of other stuff too. Now, before I get into this and talk about it, there's a bit of controversy going on that I don't really understand. Like, people are complaining about the fact that you have to pay, I think it's like $3 or $4, that's what Michael Murray said, for the frame data display. So this stuff that you're seeing on the screen right now, I believe this is what you have to pay for. It's like $3 or $4, and people are saying, like, why do I have to pay for frame data? The frame data should be free. Every other game, you know, that has frame data, it's a part of the game, it's free. They don't have to pay anything for it. And the way I see it is, you're paying for the convenience of having the frame data in the actual game, right? The frame data is still going to be free for anybody who has been using RB Norway or Tekken Bot or Tekken Chicken on their phone. Any of those resources, those are still going to exist. So there's nothing forcing you to drop the $3 or $4 to get the frame data here. For me, I'm going to spend, I mean, I don't have to spend it because I bought the season pass, right? But for me, I want to pay for that convenience. I don't want to have to open up Tekken Bot Prime every time I want to check something. I don't want to have to go and, you know, look at my phone. I don't want to have to go to RB Norway and all of these kinds of other websites that have the frame data. Like, I'm not interested in that. If I can just have it in the game, have it conveniently right there on the screen where it's easy to read, that's what I'm most excited about. And also, the other thing that's really cool about this is that you see at the bottom of the little boxes, it shows the distance from the opponent. So that's really, really good, because if you're trying to set up spacing, let's say you make your opponent block a move or something like that, and you want to see if they whiff a button, how consistent can I get this situation to occur? It's really going to help you out in that regard as well. But beyond that, they're also adding, let me see if I can find it in the timeline here. So we've got sample combos for pretty much every launcher. You've got an easy combo, an intermediate combo, and a hard combo. I don't know if these combos are actually going to be optimized. I would imagine they are, because I mean, you watch enough tournament matches, you can figure out what combos are being done with each character. Like this combo by Paul right here, this is a 3-star. That looks like a standard bread and butter combo off of a down forward 2. Right? I think right now what people are doing is using 3-2 into the sway back 4. And then ending it with like maybe quarter circle forward 1 into Demo Man or something like that. I don't know what the damage is on that combo, or if it's even possible, because I'm not a Paul player, but the fact that they even have it in the game is really, really good. But this is the most hype thing. The punishment trainer. So you can see here Zafina's doing moves, and the game is telling you what you should punish with based on your character. No other game has this. This is incredibly useful for new players. It's incredibly useful for veterans. It's incredibly useful for even myself. If I pick up a new character and I'm not really sure what the optimal punish is, this can at least guide me in the right direction, right? I can look at what they're showing me here and see, like, okay, this does X amount of damage. Do I have something better than that? This is also the hype thing, though. We're finally getting replays, which by itself would have been good enough, in my opinion. But not only are we getting replays, we're getting replays that tell you where you're messing up. So if you missed a punish, it's going to tell you where you missed it and what the optimal punish is, or what you could have punished with, right? I don't know if these punishes are optimal or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that they'll be, you know, just as good as whatever you might be doing already. So this kind of stuff is insanely useful for new players. It's insanely useful even if you've already been playing the game for the past 2 years, or if you've been playing the game, you know, since like Tekken 5 or something, because no matter how long you've been playing, you're going to mess things up. You're not going to know everything about the game. Each game is different. You're going to have different situations. And so being able to watch the replay back with this, the punishment guide, on top of the frame data, on top of the distance, it's going to make getting better that much easier. It's going to make it more efficient than just spamming matches and like trying to remember, what did my opponent do that kept hitting me? Or what was that move that he was doing that I didn't know how to punish? Now you can just watch the replay back, look at the exact situation, and figure out how to deal with it. And if it's a punish situation, and you know, it tells you right there on the screen. So that's really, really good. And this stuff is free. So the replay is free, the punishment trainer is free, the sample combos are free. The only thing that you have to pay for is the frame data, which, like I said, is still free. It's not going to be in your game, but you can have access to it from other resources, like we've been doing for the past 2 years. I don't really understand why people are upset about it, beyond the fact of just, having to pay the $3 or $4. It's not like they're shutting down RB Norway and Tekken Bot and Tekken Chicken and saying, you guys aren't allowed to use this anymore. You have to, spend the money to use our frame data. They haven't said that. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that. So I don't see where all of the outrage is coming from. Oh yeah, and then we're also getting a Harada customization. I would have preferred them to just add the character, right? Just add him as a character. I don't know. That's just my opinion though. But beyond this, I don't care about character customization and costumes and all of that. I'm most hyped about the replays, the frame data, the punishment training, the sample combos, because that's going to make my job a lot easier when I'm trying to explain something, or if I'm trying to make a video where I'm teaching newer players how to play the game. I can not only show you like how I go about solving these problems, but also I can just show you how you can figure it out in the game itself, instead of having to go to training mode and being like, oh, you record the dummy doing this, this, and that. I can just show you. No, you just go to the punishment trainer, set it up like this, and boom, now you can do as many, punishes as you want. So this is awesome, especially considering the fact that, Harada has always been against adding frame data to the game. But I think given the popularity of Tekken and how big it's gotten and how big it seems to continue to be getting, I think they're finally realizing like adding this kind of stuff is incredibly important, because there's more players coming into the game even, 2.5 years after its release on console. And, these players, they don't really know how to play the game. And even if they go on YouTube, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good resources on there, but you have to understand like the system of the game before you can understand a lot of the things that people talk about on YouTube, even on like my channel. So that's why I try and like, I don't know, I guess feed it to you like a baby. But I don't know, I'm excited about this. I can't wait until it comes out. As soon as it comes out, I'm probably going to make videos on it, just, talking about it. I also want to know if I can watch other players' replays. So like if I could watch Knee's replay, or if I could watch like, I don't know, Arslan Ash's replays when he's playing on, well, I don't think they play online in Pakistan, but you guys get what I mean, right? If I watch like Lil Majin playing online, I can see what situations he puts himself in, and like what are his tendencies when he's like -5 or -7 or at this range or in this wall scenario. I can actually watch it, slow it down, see the frame data, see the distances, see all of this information, and see where they're making mistakes, what moves they're not punishing. Maybe they have specific matchups that they're struggling against. This kind of stuff makes it a lot easier to not only learn the game, but also to like understand what's going on in a tournament match and understand different player matchups, and knowing like this guy's good at this, but this guy struggles with this. So against this character or against this player, he might struggle in this regard, and now you have a matchup that might seem like it would be in player A's favor, but now it's actually in player B's favor. So it's going to make analysis a lot easier. It's going to make teaching a lot easier. It's going to make learning a lot easier. And like I said, aside from like the controversy regarding the $3 or $4, I don't see any negatives to this. And I think that not only did they add this stuff, but they're doing it better than every other game that's out on the market right now. Aside from like the $3 or $4, if that's a big deal for you. But everything else that's free that they're adding is significantly better than every other game on the market. So I'm happy. I'm thankful that they're doing it. I hope that you guys are happy. And like I said, I'm going to be making videos once this drops. And I'm also going to be making videos once Leroy drops. I haven't done anything lately because Zafina is not interesting. And there just really isn't a whole lot to talk about in the game. Like, I could make, beginner stuff, but I don't really know if people want to see that. And I would, if I'm going to do that, I would much rather just wait until this update drops so that I can actually do a better job than I would do if I were just to, put a bunch of text up on the screen or talk over the microphone and try and explain every single situation, using my voice or something like that. This way I can just show you in the game. So yeah, anyways, I'm pretty hyped. I hope you guys are hyped too, and I'll see you later.